This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, North Otago is hit by 2 house fires. A dubious distinction is awarded to a highway near Queenstown by the Automobile Association. And Rugby Southland celebrates its 130th anniversary with an interactive exhibition. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. The last few days have seen 2 unrelated house fires occur in North Otago. A home in Hampton went up in flames on Saturday night. Fire crews from Western Palmerston and Hampton were called to the blaze at 8 p.m. By the time they arrived, the house was engulfed by fire. The fire has not been treated as suspicious. And slightly further north in Herbert, a house was also badly damaged by a fire. 6 crews were called out to the blaze at 2 a.m. this morning. The occupants were able to get out without injury, but the fire was well underway by the time the fire crews arrived. A 28-year-old Hastings man was arrested at an Alexandra bar after police were called to help door staff early last Saturday morning. The intoxicated man was refused entry to the bar and became upset and abusive. It resulted in an arrest, with the man making a first appearance at court on Saturday morning. Police were called and the male was arrested but refused to comply and assaulted one of the officers. Senior Sergeant Keris was full of praise for the efforts of store staff from the bar. "We had a large, intoxicated, extremely agitated man whose behaviour put both himself and public at risk," he said. The arrested man appeared in the Queenstown court on Saturday morning on charges of assaulting police and disorderly behaviour likely to cause violence. He was remanded on bail to reappear at Alexandra Court later this month. A highway near Queenstown has been awarded a dubious distinction by the Automobile Association. State Highway 6 between Frankton and the Arrow Junction is the only one in the South Island to be included in a list of the country's 10 most dangerous highways. Mina Amso reports.
The 11-kilometre State Highway 6 from Frankton to Arrow Junction near Queenstown is one of 10 state highways in New Zealand with 2 Automobile Association stars of a possible 5. That rating makes it one of the most dangerous highways in New Zealand. AA's Motoring Affairs General Manager Mike Noon told The South Today an upgrade from 2 to a 3-star rating is needed, and fast.
It's quite heavily trafficked. It actually has, 11,736 cars a day, so it is a significant road, and that sort of fits into our criteria, is that where we see a significant road which is carrying a lot of traffic, we want that road to be over 3 stars.
2 years ago, 76-year-old Cromwell woman Jennifer Claire Scott died in a fatal car crash on the state highway near Lake Hayes Estate at Ladies Mile. And between 2012 and 2016, NZTA reported 10 serious injury and 37 minor injury crashes.
We're pretty unhappy that the road toll is going up. We just want this focus on particularly the 2 to 3 star roads, which are regional roads or national roads carrying significant traffic. We want those to be upgraded. NZTA is working on that on its roads. We want it to be faster and we want more done.
The Automobile Association is calling the New Zealand Transport Agency and the government to upgrade 150 kilometres of regional and national roads from 2 to a 3-star rating every year. Mina Amso, The South Today.
The Good Food Dunedin Group is to launch the city's first community orchard 10 a.m. this Thursday morning. The group says the garden will be planted at the Caversham Reserve on Station Road or South Road. Dunedin City Councillor Aaron Hawkins and representatives of the Carisbrook School and the Caversham Community Group are scheduled to speak. The official opening ceremony is due to feature performances by Carisbrook School Kapahaka and Pacifica groups. Rugby Southland is celebrating its 130th anniversary with an interactive exhibition at the Southland Museum and Art Gallery. 2 rooms have been decorated with hundreds of pieces of memorabilia, including such notable southern identities as Banty and Mr Maroon. Sharon Rees reports.
Southland rugby mascots Banty and Mr Maroon are 2 of many rugby relics on display at the Southland Museum and Art Gallery. Grady McStay has spent the past 3 months digging through memorabilia and archives for material to help celebrate Rugby Southland's 130th anniversary.
So it started with going through, I guess, a lot of the stuff that we had already in our archives at Rugby Park Stadium and seeing what treasures we could find amongst those, and then it progressed through to interviewing our life members who are an absolute wealth of knowledge and have been a very big part of rugby over countless generations.
McStay says it's important not to forget the impact rugby has had on the region over the past 130 years.
The main goal really is to, I guess, acknowledge a lot of our past. I mean, we are one of the oldest regional sports organisations in Southland, and we do have a really, really rich history. There's also been a lot of people that have been a part of that history as well. And so rugby's been a massive influence in our province, and it's quite well known throughout Southland. So I guess it was a great chance to be able to bring a lot of our history and heritage to the forefront of the community and show that to a lot of people.
Historic games are being screened at the exhibition, including the 1989 match when Southland beat France 12-7, as well as match highlights from the 2009 win over Canterbury for the Ranfurly Shield. The exhibition will remain in place until January next year, and McStay says a permanent exhibition is being considered. I'm Sharon Rees for The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, turning trash into fashion for Cromwell's Trash and Show, and Dunedin's iconic Jaffa race rescheduled for later this month.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
Hi, welcome back to Alex Campbell Menswear. Check out our fantastic knitwear selection. 25% off. Possum, merino possum, pure wools, wool mixes. Some of them are even New Zealand made. 25% off.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books. With the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
Hi, I'm Dennis Charlotte, and road racing motorcycles is my lifetime passion. It's a massive adrenaline rush, but the high-speed crashes have been tough on the body over the years. I almost felt as old as my mate Ian.
Sportsval, supporting tendons, ligaments and cartilage. And Energy Plus helps replace the energy that everyday living takes away.
Now I feel more alive and have more sustained energy to really enjoy my racing.
Buy 2 packs of Sportsval and get 2 packs of Energy Plus absolutely free. So call now, 0800 502 402.
We're a 25 Moreau Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
Welcome back. Turning trash into fashion takes imagination, but it also takes time, says organisers of this year's Trash and Show. Cromwell Community Arts Council Advisor Heather McPherson says they've called for early registrations for the October event. McPherson says they have an anything goes philosophy as long as it involves trash or recycled materials. She says in the past designers have used shower curtains, plastic bags, a straw hat, school uniform, pipe cleaners, coffee bags, bread bag tags and much more. Dunedin's iconic Jaffa race was postponed this year due to weather. The event has now been rescheduled for later this month. Adrian has more.
Bad weather saw Dunedin's annual Jaffa race being postponed this year due to the beginning of what proved to be a major deluge which flooded many areas in the region. The Jaffa race is now going to be run down Baldwin Street, the world's steepest street, on Saturday, the 19th of August. In other words, less than 2 weeks away. There had been talk of rescheduling the event to coincide with the next school holidays, but Cadbury's events coordinator Kylie Rufiu-Karawana explained that it was best not to have their confectionery balls in action on what could be a warm day.
The further we get into the next school holidays, the further we get into summer, the hotter the weather becomes, even in Dunedin, which does mean that there's a little bit of some adverse reactions for our Jaffas, shall we say. And it also means that wasps come out, and wasps and sugar don't play nicely, so we decided we'd run the race a little bit quicker, a little bit sooner than we had first thought. And August the 19th was the date that works best for us.
Weather permitting, this is the first time ever that the Jaffa race will occur on a weekend day.
One of the suggestions we've had over the years is, why run it on a Friday? Why can't you run it on a weekend? I have to work. Well, we finally are. This will be the first time the Jaffa race is run on a Saturday. This will give people an opportunity to come down and see the race who might not have seen it before. And I think we just need to thank the people of Baldwin Street for allowing us to run the race on a weekend, because it can be a little bit disruptive knowing that your street's going to be taken over by 15,000 people from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
It will be a chance for Dunedin to witness once again the huge mass of iconic Cadbury product rushing down the street, with some lucky winners amongst the pack to reach the bottom of Baldwin Street. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
After the break on the South Today, applications for Dunedin City Council's Central City Heritage Reuse Grant Scheme open. Emergency Services attended a car crash in central Dunedin, and Dunedin City Council Chief Executive Sue Bidrose reunited with long-lost family.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Garador.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now. They will love you forever.
Autumn is here. Too late to sow grass seed, but never fear. Ready Lawn is here. Ready Lawn, your perfect all year round solution. Call Ready Lawn today.
Hi, I'm Dennis Charlotte, and road racing motorcycles is my lifetime passion. It's a massive adrenaline rush, but the high-speed crashes have been tough on the body over the years. I almost felt as old as my mate Ian.
Sportsval, supporting tendons, ligaments and cartilage. And Energy Plus helps replace the energy that everyday living takes away.
Now I feel more alive and have more sustained energy to really enjoy my racing.
Buy 2 packs of Sportsval and get 2 packs of Energy Plus absolutely free. So call now 0800 502 402.
The University of Otago, an institute of world-class education and the social epicentre of the city, with outfits needed for more formal functions like the ball and for less formal functions like
the zoo. Are you sure?
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, Dad, you'll definitely see me. I'm the one in the yellow and blue face paint and the onesie in the zoo.
Hi, welcome back to Alex Campbell Menswear. Check out our fantastic knitwear selection. 25% off. Possum, merino possum. Pure wools, wool mixes. Some of them are even New Zealand made. 25% off.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product, and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
This week's documentary is Kraftwerk, the robotic band from Düsseldorf. Wednesday 7:30, Friday 8:30.
Welcome back. The Dunedin City Council's Central City Heritage Reuse Grant Scheme is now open for applications. DCC Heritage Planner Dan Woodward says the funds are available to a range of projects in the city centre. Projects which have been awarded funding in the past include the restoration of the Empire Hotel's facade, bringing unused floors back into use in the former BNZ Bank on Princess Street. In the past, grants have been given towards the cost of earthquake strengthening and other upgrades, and facade restoration and painting, as well as initiatives to bring vacant or underused buildings back into use. Emergency services attended a car crash in central Dunedin on Friday. St John was called to the crash at the corner of Police and Cumberland Street at 9:40 a.m. to assist an injured 40-year-old woman. A woman was transported to Dunedin Hospital with serious injuries. One lane of the road was blocked for a time following the crash. Dunedin City Council Chief Executive Sue Bidrose has been reunited with her long-lost family. Sue Bidrose was adopted as a 9-month-old baby in 1961. She knew she had a half-brother and sister, but it was a Facebook profile which prompted her to track the family members down.
And from time to time I'd kind of looked at them on Facebook, but I was with a friend up north and she was talking about her family and she asked about mine, and so I was telling her about this brother and sister that I hadn't ever really met, and I showed her on Facebook, my sister's Facebook page, which had the photograph of her leaning up against her Triumph Bonneville, which I was also riding, my Triumph Bonneville.
Bidrose visited her birth family in Auckland briefly in her early 20s and had not seen her half-sister Mel Kerslake since her early teens. Using Mel's Facebook profile, she also found her brother Andrew. She says the reunion felt like they'd never been apart. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. There have been 2 unrelated house fires in North Otago over the past few days. The fire service is investigating the cause of both blazes. State Highway 6 between Frankton and the Arrow Junction is the only one in the South Island to be included in a list of the country's 10 most dangerous highways. And Rugby Southland is celebrating its 130th anniversary with an interactive exhibition at the Southland Museum and Art Gallery. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig Page.
Good evening. Yeah, look, we're continuing to keep a close eye on the Dunedin Hospital saga. It's been dragging on for quite some time. ODT's been very at the forefront of a lot of those stories. Lots of concerns about the state of the hospital, delays for people getting treatment. ED particularly, lots of delays there as well, and again the calls for a new hospital, they've been going on for years and really people are demanding for some action. Story tomorrow showing local orthopaedic surgeons have written directly to the Health Minister Jonathan Coleman stating their concerns and calling for some action. It's highly unusual that they do that. They normally go through the board process, local board process, which is then passed on to the Minister, but I guess they've had enough. They're trying to push the case as well. National media have also got on board now, which is adding to the case, so it's to be hoped in election year we can finally get some sort of movement on this hospital situation, because it is getting out of hand.
There definitely seems to be some discrepancy between what Jonathan Coleman's saying and what everyone else is saying.
Certainly as well, and of course we had the Prime Minister in town last week saying there's no serious dramas down there, but everyone's telling us different. We've got more and more patients coming to us as a newspaper wanting to tell their stories, and staff as well, so that certainly should be the alarm bells they need, I think.
Yeah, great.
Beautiful day in Dunedin today as well, so we're having a look at the weather. 17.1 degrees they tell us, which is the warmest day since May 2, so the warmest day in 3 months. So there were noticeably a few more people with smiles on their faces wandering around town at lunchtime today. We've used that as a bit of a chance to have a look back at the flooding of 2 weeks ago and see how people are getting on. Lots of farmers said it's hopefully a chance to get their properties dried out. I know some of them down there, the water's starting to drain away and things are looking good. But there's half a dozen roads still closed around the country, around the city with slips. And the Earthquake Commission has told us they've had 72 claims in Dunedin City for storm damage from that weekend. So be thousands of dollars, if not more, wrapped up there. So, sporting front, good news today. Confirmation Dunedin's going to host the Oceania Mountain Biking Champs in February. Using downhill and cross country on the Signal Hill courses behind Logan Park there, which is a great venue. It's going to be some of the elite athletes from New Zealand and Australia, because it's only 2 months away from the Commonwealth Games in the Gold Coast, so a lot of them will be using that as a chance to do their final testing ahead of the Com Games. 200 competitors, plus about 500 support staff coming as well, so it's going to be big.
So you're going to get out on your bike too?
Oh, I'm getting a bit old for that, and I don't look great in Lycra either, so I might give it a miss. But it's real credit to the local mountain biking community. They've put lots of hours in developing tracks around the city, and there's some really great tracks around, so should be a good weekend.
Fantastic.
And just finally with the travel pages, we're off to Copenhagen and in Denmark. We've got local man Tony Nielsen returning to the country to catch up with some family ties, and so it's a nice story too.
It'll be nice reading for tomorrow. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
Lovely. And now time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silberhorn Sportsfell.
Starting with today's southern view taken of an observation platform jutting out of the University of Otago's Commerce Building. Looking at the situation, a mild northerly airflow will blow over us for a few days, with a front due tomorrow night bringing brief rain. Otherwise it's mostly fine, and it will become cooler later on in the week. To the southern outlook, Balclutha sees moderate northeasterlies, high cloud and 13 degrees. Catlins, Gore and Lumsden are all 14. Some late rain for those of you around Gore and Lumsden. To the central outlook, Alexandra, Queenstown and Wanaka all have moderate northerlies, late showers and 13 degrees. Te Anau is freshly northerlies, late rain and 14 degrees. To the northern outlook, Oamaru and Timaru share high cloud and a temperature of 14 degrees. Omarama and Twizel can look forward to moderate northerlies, late showers and 13 degrees. And here in Dunedin tonight, fine with northerly winds with an overnight low of 6 degrees. Tomorrow fine and mild with sunny periods during the day, but high cloud increasing from mid-afternoon, moderate north to northeasterly winds 14 and 6. It should remain fine on Wednesday with sunny periods and some high cloud at times. Light wind with pleasant temperatures of 13 and 5 means we should all make plans to hang out some washing. And in Invercargill tonight it's fine with an overnight low of 8 degrees. Tomorrow is sunny periods and some cloud with moderate mild northerlies, brief rain tomorrow 15 and 7. And fine on Wednesday with sunny periods and some high cloud. Moderate westerly winds, pleasant temperatures 14 and 7. That's our news for this Wednesday. For Monday. For the latest news from the Southern region, you can follow us on YouTube, Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. From the South Today team, ka kite anō. Good night.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.